Any object that makes up any specific wavelength is connected to all other objects on that wavelength, which by virtue of being complex enough then forms a Gestalt consciousness.
Huh. So anything can form a consciousness then, based on this theory. Because everything would be connected by the same wavelength at a large enough scale. Alright, that makes sense.
Humans just never had a way of speaking with those consciousnesses until now.
What is Gestalt?
When the whole
Gestalt is.
becomes more than the sum of its parts.
Yep.
With objects, it happens as a plank of wood slowly becomes a toy boat. The wood didn't change, but its status did. And once it's more toy boat than plank of wood, it changes its wavelength. Its thingness is vibrating differently enough to find a new signal or spin.
So when does each separate wavelength form?
Once the object or idea becomes large enough to have its own state, it breaks off the wavelength and forms a new one.
So let's say, for example, and I don't want to do this to you, obviously, Skylar, but let's say, for example, that for some reason we dropped Skylar, and Skylar's lens is cracked. So Skylar would still be Skylar, but she would, like, be a broken pair of Skylar, right? So maybe her design would change, like show cracks and things. But if Skylar were melted down into an ingot, then that would be a whole different person we'd be talking to. It wouldn't be Skylar anymore. If I'm understanding correctly. Again, this is hypothetical. We don't actually want to, destroy Skylar or damage Skylar in any way, but I assume that's how that would work.
That's why tables are different than chairs, even though they might be both made from wood.